sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We talk outdoors every Saturday morning, the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio program. This is second Saturday, so you know that means that Ron Wong, he's not here physically, but he's here
spiritually.
Yeah, we'll say spiritually. Yeah. He's at home when I'm here with Shelby McCall, the show producer, as we continue our quarantine, so to speak, at Intercom Radio. And Ron, social distancing, and we're really social distancing with Ron because he would normally be right across, and I'd be looking at him. I should have brought his picture so I could at least remember him and everything. But Ron will be with us the whole show. Going to have a lot of fun. A lot going on. Ron, Blackberry winter is here again. We got weather has changed.
Can you believe how cold it is today?
No, I can't believe how cold it is. I mean, I was out with the wind on what day was that? I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. The wind was unbelievable, So before I get into some Mid-South outdoor news, what's happening, Ron, on this? I mean, these fronts and this cold, in the 40s in the morning?
It's really crazy about this weather.
So what does that do? What does that do?
Now that you mentioned, May 7th, Thursday.
Yeah.
Was a full moon.
Ah, yes, it was. Yeah.
Your water temperatures in most of the lakes are anywhere from the high 60s to the low 70s.
Yeah.
The brim are starting to already spawn. So they got a spawn in.
That full moon, yeah.
A lot of your bass and crappie are spawning now because of the way the water's been all year, really.
Yes, yeah.
And the fishing is good. It's excellent right now, anywhere you go.
Well, I mean, is that this is? But
what it does, though,
is
with this cold front that we've got right now, you could just got to slow down.
Slow it down like you would winter.
Slow everything down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're out there crappie fishing or brim fishing, leave your bait in the water. As we say in fishing terminology, soak that cricket.
Soak that cricket. I like that.
Or soak that minnow.
Okay. That's a new one. Okay.
Let it sit. Don't move it. Your bass fishing, slow down and fish the heaviest cover you can possibly fish.
Okay.
And that goes for crappie too.
So if you had places to pick, where would Ron Wong go? I know where you go, but I mean, where would you recommend other people go?
Well, I will tell you. Fishing's good all over right now.
Horseshoe, I've been seeing Ronnie Tice catching fish, and unbelievable. I mean,
he's had on and off days because of this weather.
Yeah.
Whenever a cold front moves in, and with the high winds that we've had, it's been very difficult to fish. If you can get a good day where it's not a cold front condition and not windy, you can catch those crappie over there.
Yeah.
At Horseshoe.
At
Lake.
Horseshoe. Yeah, we're talking at Horseshoe.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
and they are in the cypress trees now.
They're in the cypress trees. So if you switch down now, what's going on North Mississippi?
And then
the reservoir.
Sardis, Enid, and Grenada.
Yeah.
All of those are good fishing. Half of your crappie have already spawned, half of them aren't.
Oh, really?
So you can still catch them shallow.
Okay.
And all of our reservoirs, whether it's Enid, Grenada, Sardis,
Arcabutla.
if somebody doesn't have a boat, go to a good map that shows you roads that go into the reservoir. Around the reservoir, there are a lot of flooded areas because the water is very high in those areas.
So you can get.
And I got to tell you something. You can catch fish off the roads.
Off the roads. Okay. Are you talking about wading, or are you talking about?
You know what? You can walk along the roads, or you can wade. It makes no difference.
Really?
And,
okay.
These crappie are still in a foot and a half, 2 feet of water.
Whoa. Okay.
And there's some nice ones to be caught.
And
there's the bass are the same way.
Same way? All right. Oh, well,
yeah.
Are we doing that?
Then
are we doing that at Pickwick? Same.
At Pickwick.
Yeah. What's?
They are actually in 2 to 4 feet of water now. A lot of the bass.
Okay. All right.
Getting ready to spawn. This is their time to spawn.
It is. I know it. Yeah.
Because the water temperature there has been a little bit lower than most everywhere else, but they're doing very, very well. And I have to tell everybody.
What?
Kayak fishing is getting really big now. Canoes.
Yeah.
And fishing in general. But so many stories over the last couple of weeks of people.
Yeah.
Either drowning or have been rescued.
Yeah.
And none of them had life jackets. And please, please, please.
Yes.
Wear those life jackets. Wear those PFDs.
The water, it changes, man. And you mentioned that to me. I mean, you could think, well, it's a beautiful 75-degree day, but, man, the wind comes
the water
up.
temperature is 68, 68 degrees. That's cold.
That's cold. And we talked to David Best, I think, on last week's show about, out there at Primary Tackle in Arlington, they're selling a lot of kayaks, but you need to have some instructions and know how to use it. But at the same time, as Ron says, man, you got to practice safety. Now, I know Reelfoot, man, I've been in the trees in Reelfoot and everything was going great. Then all of a sudden you come out of those trees and that wind whips up and that depth of only about 5 to 8 feet and stumps everywhere. You got to be prepared. You got to be safety conscious, y'all. I know Memorial Day is not very far away. We're all social distancing, but no one knows fishing like Ron Wong, and no one knows be prepared for the safety side, right, Ron?
I have to tell you, and I've just over the years, and now I'm very, very conscious about safety, and a lot of times I just leave my PFD on.
Let's leave it on. Leave it on because
it's
we don't want to have.
After a while, you really do. It becomes part of you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother me at all to wear them. People look at me sometimes like,
"No,
you still got your PFD on."
Well, it looks so cool now. I mean, they're a long way from the old orange things that we used to throw around us. And do that, and it's an investment. A lot of folks is, and we know that even the way the crazy economy is and everything is buy a boat a month just about, and a lot of them take those boats and they head straight to the water. But one of the very first things that you need before you do any of that, whether you're on a jet ski or in a kayak or anything like that, May is one of those months that you got to be prepared for any kind of weather, and Ron knows that too. There's no telling what kind of weather Ron has fished in his lifetime. How many storms?
And a lot of these little rivers and creeks and streams with a little bit of water, they can become very, very dangerous.
Well, we wanted to get into that. But let me tell you quickly a couple of things that have happened that I found really interesting. We want to let you know on this, what we call Around the Outdoors Horn with me and Ron. The first time in its 65-year history, the waterfowl breeding population and habitat survey has been canceled by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. First time in its 65-year history. So once again, COVID-19 restrictions knocked all that out, so they're going to go by last year's breeding survey to come up with all the different answers and everything. And, of course, also over in Arkansas, you need to really keep up with what's going on over there because, you know, there for a while they wouldn't let the out-of-state residents trialing. Since April the 4th, you couldn't live here and go stay at a hotel or anything in Arkansas. And I know that was cutting into our good friends at Lindsay's or Gaston's or whatever. But Governor Hutchinson has changed that. And so you need to check with the Arkansas Game and Fish to do that. If you don't live in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, or New Orleans, it's back open over there. Check the date on those things because I know the cabins and lodges at the state parks will open back up, reopen for out-of-state guests on May the 15th. And so check with our folks at Lindsay's, check with our folks at Gaston's, and they're ready to have you back. And I know me and Ron realize that we have spent a lot of time at both of those places over the years, and so I'm glad for their sake that the governor felt like he could do that. All right, we're going to take our first break of the morning. Ron is out of house, but he's in house, so to speak. He's not in the outhouse, but I mean,
I'm here.
He is here, and Shelby McCall is taking care of us. We're heading to Canada. The Outdoors with Larry Ray is going to touch a lot of bases today, but if everything works out, when we come back, we'll be talking to someone in Canada. Let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray.